Why gifted children are more prone to existential depression. Listening to gifted kids who question the meaning of life. Hello and welcome. I'm glad you're here for today's discussion. We'll be diving into a topic that many parents of gifted children may find both intriguing and concerning. What happens when our intelligent and sensitive children begin to ask deep, even unsettling, questions about the meaning of life? This is what experts refer to as existential depression in gifted children. Understanding this issue can help us support our kids more effectively and with greater compassion. Here's what we'll be exploring together today. First, we'll look into why gifted children are particularly susceptible to this profound sense of questioning the purpose of life. Then, we'll go over the signs and symptoms of existential depression in kids. After that, we'll talk about how these existential concerns may impact a child's overall health and well-being. Most importantly, we'll share practical ways parents can help their children navigate through this challenging time. And finally, we'll discuss when it's time to seek professional help. So let's dive in. Why are gifted children more prone to existential depression? You might know that existential depression is usually associated with people going through major life transitions or traumatic experiences, such as the death of a loved one or surviving a natural disaster. But what's unique about gifted children is this: they can experience existential depression without any external event triggering it. Gifted kids, at any age, often possess unique characteristics. They tend to be highly sensitive, intensely emotional, deeply empathetic, passionate learners, and they often think about the world with extraordinary depth and nuance. As a result, when they observe injustices in life, poverty, cruelty, abuse of power, they may feel despair, loneliness, and even ask why others don't seem to care as much as they do. This often leads gifted children to feel isolated and different from their peers, or even from their own family members. These children may struggle to accept hypocrisy or inconsistency in the behavior and thinking of others. They frequently ask questions and challenge ideas that others easily accept as normal or unquestionable. Here's something else that's worth noting. Existential depression can arise in gifted children as early as age 5. When they begin to realize they are not immortal, the death of a pet, a family member, or even a sad story in a book or the news can spark an intense curiosity about death, causing them to worry and begin pondering the true meaning of life. Signs and symptoms of existential depression. So, how can we recognize whether a gifted child may be struggling with existential depression? Much like other forms of depression, symptoms can vary from child to child in terms of intensity and frequency. Here are some signs that parents might notice. The child may believe that solutions to the world's problems are impossible or pointless. They may have intense, even obsessive, preoccupations with questions about life and death. They might withdraw from other children, feeling disconnected or unable to relate. They could express deep distress, anxiety, or sorrow about the state of the world. A sense of disconnection or isolation from others is common. They may seem unmotivated to engage in activities they once found enjoyable, even if just once. In more severe cases, thoughts of suicide may emerge. How existential depression affects a child's health. These profound questions about life's meaning don't just affect a child's mental state. They can also manifest in physical health issues and noticeable changes in behavior. Gifted children facing existential depression might experience changes in eating or sleeping patterns, such as insomnia or unusual weight gain, loss, social withdrawal from peers, a weakened immune system and heightened stress levels, school refusal, academic decline, or behavioral issues at school. How can we help? So the most important question is, what can we, as parents, actually do to support our gifted children through this? The truth is, there's no simple answer to many of the profound questions gifted children may ask about the world. which means we can't just reassure them with, "Everything will be okay." Instead, we need to acknowledge that these are incredibly difficult and complex questions with no easy answers. It's crucial not to dismiss their concerns. Avoid telling them they're too sensitive or pushing toxic positivity. Instead, validate their feelings. Let them know you understand how hard these thoughts can be. Say things like, "I can see this is really worrying you. These are tough questions, sweetheart." If your child feels powerless about making changes in the world, try to support them in taking action. Learn about the issues they care about, and help them find meaningful ways to contribute. For example, encourage or join them in volunteering at a local soup kitchen or shelter. These actions can help children feel like they are part of a solution, not just overwhelmed by the problem. Another powerful approach is to read stories about real people who stood up against injustice or helped those in need. Stories of Abraham Lincoln, Helen Keller, Malala Yousafzai, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, Florence Nightingale, and many others can inspire your child and provide them with role models. Rather than feeling hopeless, your child can begin to see that helping others is a powerful way to bring meaning to life. When existential depression persists. But what if the signs of existential depression don't go away? If your child's sadness and concerns persist and begin to interfere significantly with their daily life, it's time to seek professional help. Ask your pediatrician for referral to a mental health professional who specializes in working with children, especially gifted children. A therapist can help your child work through these deep worries and find healthier coping strategies that lessen their sense of despair. And in more serious situations, if your gifted child seems inconsolably sad, shows signs of severe depression, or most importantly, expresses suicidal thoughts, please treat this as a mental health emergency. Do not delay. Call your doctor or therapist immediately. If necessary, take your child to the nearest emergency room or call 911 or 115 if you're in Vietnam. Children who express suicidal intent need immediate intervention to ensure their safety. Final thoughts. In summary, gifted children, with their sharp minds and deep capacity for reflection, may be more vulnerable to existential depression because they're more attuned to the big questions about life, death, and meaning. If you notice signs of depression in your child, or if they confide that they're struggling, please ensure they get the help they need. Begin by reaching out to your pediatrician or a mental health specialist who understands the unique needs of gifted children. By truly understanding and walking alongside your child, you're giving them the best chance to discover peace and meaning in life, even when the world feels complex or overwhelming. Thank you so much for listening. I look forward to sharing more insights with you in our next session.